welcome to the Lighten Up Podcast with Lauren Polly, your invitation for living on the lighter side of life. I'm Lauren Polly, and I am delighted you've chosen to join me today for episode 157, Doing Less to Experience More. This is kind of a radical topic and also a really familiar one for most of you. We hear so often that we overdo, overwork, overpush. I think most of us can relate to that in some way or the other. Either we are overscheduled or overwhelmed with our schedule and the things that are put on our plate, or that we feel like we have to work really hard at stuff to be able to get any kind of result that we can enjoy. It's almost like that adage of, are you working to live or living to work? And so many of us think that we have to work really hard and put a lot of effort in, a lot of our resources in, before we can then relax and enjoy it. We see this a lot just in like a yearly cycle in our life where we work really hard and then we finally get a vacation where we get to enjoy. Or in a life cycle where we work really hard for a long time and then we finally get to enjoy it in retirement. I'm kind of noticing just different possibilities, and on a deeper level that I want to experience today with you all, more of an energetic of being able to not put so much effort in, to do less, to push less, to effort less, to be able to then experience more. And really have more of that enjoyment factor in life, even in the little moments, even in the moments that happen daily, even in that pause before you get rushed in your daily routine, just to relax for a second and feel the breath in your body. Just to feel the soft fabric on your skin, to feel the breeze in your hair or the sun on your face. I was going into work the other day and it was fascinating. It was a gorgeous morning. It was beautiful, beautiful, clear sky. The sun was streaming down. There was a very gentle breeze in the air. So before I went inside, I just stood there and I turned my face up towards the sun and I just closed my eyes and I was soaking it in. And I cannot even tell you how many looks I got and I could feel coming into my space, but also the people who interrupted it to ask me if I was okay or if I was lost. And it just kind of struck me that somebody at like 7:30 in the morning who's taken their good old time, taking a moment to enjoy just that moment, really doing less of that rush to work, really just kind of threw people for a loop. The only rationalization they could think of is that I needed help in some way or that I didn't know where I was going. And it just kind of struck me as funny. I'm like, wow, I really live my life this way. I know exactly where I'm going. I know it in such a way that I'm able to relax on the journey and enjoy it. More than anything, what I would invite you into this week as you listen to this podcast and kind of play with these tools, what if deeper down, you gave yourself the acknowledgement of, I know where I'm going. I know in such a deep way that I actually get to relax into the journey. I get to relax and enjoy the journey. It's kind of an interesting thing. And if you look around society, look around your reality, who functions this way? I had another experience lately where I went to the Ritz-Carlton for a lovely dinner and a massage with a friend of mine. And it was fascinating because it had that same energy, walking around, even getting the car from the valet. There was no hurriedness, there was no rush, there was just this relaxed space. And it was funny. I was like, wow, this is really what money buys you. This is what a great deal of money can buy you. And I started to look at the energy of everybody staying at the Ritz and kind of walking around. I was like, wow, yes, they work a lot. Yes, they have a lot of money. They have a lot of responsibilities, but they also have this enjoyment factor because they are able to create at such a high level and receive such a high return on their investment of their resources. They actually get to buy themselves this space. They get to buy their way into these places that are more relaxed. There's more spaciousness to it. There's not a rushness. You can kind of think of the energy of people who are very successful, and people are coming after them and wooing them into business relationships and money opportunities and just friendships in general. They don't have to do the hard work of the hustle. And I know this is more of kind of a reality surface level, but if you actually took that energy and let it seep deeper, deeper, deeper down with you, what would it take to actually allow yourself to have so much money, have so much wealth of resources, not just the money part, but of your time, of your energy, of your awareness, of your consciousness, of the space that you be, where you actually do get a higher yield on what you're putting out. You get more bang for your buck, and you get more buck for your bang. So take a look at this. If you're actually willing to work less, receive more, effort less, relax more, push, work less, and actually enjoy more, what would be different in your life and your living? And as I said at the beginning, there's different threads to this conversation. There's different levels. I think so many of us are familiar with this conversation. We go to kind of the macro level where, okay, cool, then I got to get working to make money to then be able to buy the space. We get back into that old paradigm where it's work first, play later. What if the way to this was actually really, really, really different? What if the demand to actually have this simplicity of living, where you're doing less and able to experience more, is really in the day-to-day and the moment-to-moment? What if it was actually not just slowing down, but creating so much space as you move, as you create, as you interact with your daily life, that you were able to take those present moments and enjoy them more? There's something super different about functioning that way that may actually pull in all of these other resources where you can actually buy the physicality of space and the experiences that bring on the relaxation and the enjoyment factor. What if it actually doesn't start at the hard work? It starts at slowing down and being present and slowing down the molecules that you be to actually invite more space. Before you start reacting and going into your old patterns, taking a beat, adding in a bit more space so that you actually have a question of, do I want to respond this way? Or is there a different possibility here? Before you rush and walk really fast to try to get through your routine, can you slow it down, open up more space so that you can be more present? You can enjoy the moment more. And you may actually have more of an opening, more of a listening ears, more of an opening eyes to see a different possibility that may be an enjoyment maker, a money maker, a connection maker, or even just the maker of being more present and going, God, in this moment, everything's amazing. That is a very simple, but also rich way to live. And, I talked about the Ritz-Carlton. People have a lot of points of view about people who are wealthy or have a lot of money, at least. There are people who have a lot of money and don't have this quality. I get it, totally. But what if you could be one that does? What if you could invite in the money that would support you and your body? The money that would make work less of a significance in your life and more of a choice, more of a joy. And what if you were willing to be different enough to have all of that from the inception point, the birthing point of going at it moment to moment, energetically, spaciously, to create that change for yourself? What if it's not the way we think it is, where the path to it is the hard work to win the day? What if it's actually the moment-to-moment space we can create right here, right now, as we are, that will create the opening for all that coming in? There are a lot of different conversations around this. Play with the different tools. I know a lot of you out there are playing with awareness tools and are playing with this energetic side of things. Even if you don't know that you're playing energetically, if you're doing any kind of like mindfulness or yoga or meditation, awareness-based tools, any kind of self-help tools, really, I invite you to look deeper Is it truly just a question you're asking yourself? Is it truly just a pattern interrupt? Is it truly just oh, this is a nice thing to say to myself, like a mantra? And take it deeper. Is there actually an energy that comes up with it that's more pleasurable to you? And more than anything, is there a space that gets invited with that tool that you're using? And can that space now be the catalyst for you to actually do less and enjoy more? The more we play with these tools, the more we actually bring space into our life and live spaciously, non-rushed, non-urgent, more relaxed, the more enjoyment that we get out of life. The more present we become, the more possibilities that come our way. And again, you start to actually vibrate differently than everybody else. Those opportunities that come to those people who are more successful, they have a sense of space about them. They know who they are and they don't have to push to prove it. They know what they're creating. They don't have to rush after it. There's just this relaxation into their greatness that invites more greatness to come. They're doing less. And guess what? They're getting to experience and enjoy more because of it. The path to it again, don't go macro with it. Don't go to the big hard work and then trickle down. Start to play day to day to day. What small, spacious moments can you enjoy today? Where can you invoke a little bit more space, a little less rushness, more enjoyment, and just this quality of actually being in the moment, being grateful for it, and wondering, how does it get any better than this? Have an amazing, amazing week. Play with these tools. Again, if you're interested in diving deeper with me and seeing how this can apply personally to you, I invite you to hop on a discovery call with me so we can break this down a bit more. One of my favorite topics is really about success in life. And success in life, in my eyes, is not just the outward success. It is the success of being able to enjoy it, being present for it, and being relaxed as you go about it. It's a very different way to live and a very different possibility for us to create and catalyze the life we've always dreamed of that way. Again, have an amazing week. And as always, I will chat with you next Tuesday.